Hello everybody and welcome on today's video. Today I'd like to do some work on this little Forsythia. I repotted it last year in this, well, a little bigger pot than it was before, and I must say, well, it's completely growing up, so I think it needs a repot again. It's climbing out of the pot, so, well, didn't plan to do that this year, and especially not now. The flowers are really nice here. Tree is still a little two-dimensional, as you can see, but these branches are probably doing some good work here. Would be nice to have a branch here or something, but don't think that this is going to be possible. Maybe I could graft some in next spring before the leaves come out, but at this moment it's going to be difficult. Anyways, let's come a little bit closer and see what we have here. So I never thought this tree would be as nice as it is, because, well, I really love the little flowers. It's really great, but they're almost finished now. I think they have a few days left and then they'll start falling off. And I have already some leaves coming out, so it might be a little late for a repot, but I don't think I have much choice. Let's have a look at the roots. So I'm not sure what's going on here, but, well, let's have a look. It's not wired in. I'm going to open up the drainage screen wires. Yeah, well, that's 1 year of growing. Yeah, that's really a whole lot of roots. So I will have to do something, because this tree is going to get itself out of the pot. And yeah, well, it's a nice little pot, but I don't know if it suits the tree very well. Anyway, it's a little too deep, it's not wide enough, and if you want a good radial root spread, that's not the pot you want. So yeah, let's find something else. Okay, so this is the pot that I am using now, and then well, let's see if we can find something else here. Just gonna put this one here. This is a little bigger, yeah, but it's very rectangular. It might be a little too, I don't know, severe. It's not playful enough, so no, I don't. Maybe, yeah, next door. Yeah, these are these are the small pots. I don't think it's good. So, of course, there's this oval one here in the back. Let's compare this. It's not that deep, but it's a whole lot wider, so that might be the good thing to make a radial root pattern and give the tree some more space. I think I just might give it a shot. Well, let's have a look. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to do it that way. So, yeah. I'm going to adjust the camera. I don't know, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It gives some more, it breathes a little more, and because the tree is a little bit wider, it might just be very nice. And maybe something more to this side. I don't know. Well, anyway, I'm going to untangle these roots and have a look at the radial roots and stuff. So let's do that. Yeah. So I'm absolutely not a Forsythia expert, but it seems kinda obvious that these grow like crazy. And the root production is not really a problem here. So yeah, this looks quite okay. It's going to take a little root adjustment here, but first of all I think I'm going to get rid of this huge root mat here. I'm not gonna bother, just going to cut it away. There's no need to do all this raking out of roots that are circling your pot, because you don't want them anymore. So let's just get rid of that. So these are my drainage screens. That's good. And this is the mat. Yeah, it's circled all around. So I'm going to try to open this up a little. Some roots are really not where they're supposed to be, but could be rearranged in another direction. Especially because the pot that I chose now is a whole lot wider. It might just be a good idea to take advantage of that and comb everything out. What I'm not gonna do is going too much under the tree. I noticed that this is not a good idea. I did that before, but I think I'm going to stop doing that, because there's no need to, well, of course, if you see one big ugly root coming out here, it's not what you want, but it's always causing some air pockets that are very difficult to fill up right under the trunk. So I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to take the pot now, have a look at the room that I have. And this seems not too bad. Of course I will have to put it a little higher. I'm just going to remove a little more of these roots. Watched the video of this tree this morning, because I couldn't believe that I just repotted it a year ago. But yes, I did. This is green. I lack a root here. Maybe by just giving it a little cut and put some moss here, I might be able to get a new root there. Okay, so I'm going to prepare the other pot. I think for a root trim this is good. Just this. Okay, 1 second. So this is done. So now the tree is dead center in the pot. This is what you don't want. The most of the foliage is here, so I'm going to put it a little bit like that. And well, it's not going to need a whole lot of substrate in the bottom, but anyway, it's going to need a little. I'm going to open up the roots now. Like so. So a little bit off center, and I think this is a good front. I'm maybe going to tilt it a little, because I said that this tree, because it's a shrub, Forsythia is a shrub. Oh, wait a minute, because I'm talking too much and I'm not paying attention. No, this is still a little low. Yeah, so before I said I talked too much. Yeah, I was saying that, yeah, I said that I could, because this is a shrub, style it not like a broadleaf tree, or, well, you can do what you want, of course, it's your tree, but I want it a little more something between a broom and an informal upright. I don't know. I guess I kind of want it to look not like a pine or something. And, well, this branch, of course, is a little tricky here, but so I'm just not combing out the roots, but opening them up. And I'm trying to place them somewhere where they look good. Like so. I think this is good. So I'm just going to fill it up with a whole lot of substrate now. And that's why I like to work in a tray, in a clean tray. I always try to clean up the tray before I add the new soil, because everything I spill now I just can put back in my substrate bag. Like so. It's fixed. And now I can work it all in. See, it's amazing how fast it drops. So this is going to take me a few minutes. Just adding a whole lot of stuff here. No need for detail here. Detail will be in 5 minutes, so I'll be right back. Well, always amazing to see how much substrate goes into such a little pot. Okay, I think that's good. So now just take the little brush and brush the excess away. If anyone is interested, this is a soil mix of cat litter, lava and gravel. So it's nothing spectacular or something that you cannot get. I even think that a pure cat litter should work. It's just good stuff, but you have to be careful. I made a big mistake a few months ago. Just bought some cat litter, and turned out when it was wet that it became very sticky, and well, yeah, it's a problem because I used it on some of my trees, and I'm going to have to find a solution to get rid of that. Okay, so I'm going to add some moss to this thing now, but first of all clean up my tray. I'm sure that everyone has a few bonsai pots that you're not using, and well, I use them. I just plant pieces of moss in them. I'm opening this up because I want to put some moss here. Maybe I could use a little root here. So I'm going to make sure that this portion is nice and wet. I'm going to mount some moss there. Okay, so that's for rooting purposes, like so. And then, well, let's take some pieces of moss out. This is a nice little one. It's just to add a little touch of color. So making a little hole, putting the moss in, maybe a little piece over here. So I have different kinds of moss, and I just plant them randomly in this thing. I'm going to push this root down back with this moss, and then maybe a pluck here and there, not too symmetrical, because symmetry is easily boring. Like so. And how about here? Can't go wrong because there's nothing growing here. That's okay. So I'm going to cover the edges. Just like that. And I think that's it. Okay, watering. See, there's quite some dust coming out. Yeah. And I see the radial roots now. So it could be a good idea to do some final adjustments. You see, this root is really not in a good spot. Well, it's no, it's just a bad root. No. Okay. Okay, so with the watering, if you do it with a light water, you well with how should I say, very careful, your soil will stay in position. But if you do it a little more rough like I did, you see that some of the soil gets really in the little holes and crevices that you did not see before. And this gives the opportunity to fill it up. It's just some detail work, but that's what's going to make your tree grow well. And now you can see the nice radial roots. So this little Forsythia is now good to go for the next growing season, and I hope that I will only have to get him out next year and just do a little root trim just on the sides, just on the bottom, get rid of 1 centimeter, and well, probably I'll have to do that every year because these guys seem to grow like crazy. And in the future I will have to do some work on the three-dimensional aspect of this tree. But I think it's going to be possible with some wires. I have already nice branches that I can spread out. So I think this is going to be okay. So a little 360. Not a whole happening, but it's the start. I've been working on this tree for just 2 years now, so that's not a long time in a bonsai life. So I kind of like it. Let me know what you think in the comments. In the meantime, thank you for watching and see you next time.